Today's March 28th. Today's quote is entitled, "Pride Can't Save Us." Pride can't save us from death. In fact, pride can't do anything useful for us. Pride will cause fault-finding and offenses and impede our ability to appreciate others. It can only get us in trouble. Pride is probably the biggest anartha we face. It's at the root of our material existence and thus is the foundation of all bad qualities. So why this is important is because if we recognize how detrimental pride is, how toxic it is, then the next thing, logically, is that we should be aware of our own pride so we can isolate it and we can work on it. But if we deceive ourselves and we don't see our pride, we don't see where our ego gets in the way of our bhakti, we don't confront the reality that sometimes we're trying to show off or we're trying to gather respect for what we do. We're trying to be honored in the association of devotees. We're trying to position ourselves. If we're not honest about these things, then pride and its insidious effects works on us, and we're not doing anything about it because we're not recognizing it. So obviously, if we're very clear about the fact that pride is toxic, it's a poison for our bhakti, then logically we would want to be more aware of how pride is influencing us. That it may influence each of us differently because we're different individuals. It may influence some of us in very subtle ways which are so subtle we don't acknowledge them, or ways which are so subtle that we automatically shut off to any kind of introspection or any kind of realistic evaluation of our own pride, how it's affecting us, how it's manifesting, how it works. We may just not want to deal with it because the ego can't take the fact that we would find faults in ourselves. So then this subconscious, you could call it self-deluding potency, works on us so that we're manifesting pride in various ways, but we're not acknowledging it. We may do something which is motivated by pride, but we're not acknowledging it, we're not recognizing it, and therefore we're going through acts to garner some attention, but we're telling ourselves we're not, when in fact we are. I'm not saying you are in every case, but I'm saying when this happens, then we need to admit it, confront it, accept it, and deal with it. Otherwise, pride will destroy us. It's like the best way to see it is just like you're on a road, you're traveling, everything is good, and then you hit a roadblock and you can't get through. So pride is like that roadblock. It's just everything's going good. When pride enters, it ruins everything. It's like you have a very good relationship, and then you do something, and it just ruins the relationship. So pride is like that. It just ruins the relationship. So this quote is saying, if we're proud, it can't do anything good for us, but all it can do is harm us. And it can harm us in many ways. So let's at least be conscious of the fact that pride is really an enemy to bhakti, and whatever we can do to guard ourselves, to protect ourselves, to insulate ourselves from the ego growing, grabbing, attacking, searching for honor, anything we can do to prevent that, then we definitely should do that.